to the people that need the link.
Hey, come here. There you go.
Run of show working document should be in the Skype chat.
Bueno. James, please.
What?
Hello, by the way, if you were watching the stream. Let me put it also here and there.
Okay.
Hello, Butternades.
Buternidays.
Buternades.
Yeah, I remember just from the GM announcement stream when we weren't sure how to pronounce.
Like it's probably
his name.
Butternades, but like I don't know.
Well, I just remember my brain. You continued discussing it, or you continued hosting excellently, and my brain just spent 5 minutes trying to come up with fun ways to pronounce that name. And it finally settled on Buternidays.
Buternades.
Nice.
Jack, where did you post this thing?
In Skype chat.
In Skype chat. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
God.
You know, that
really-
place you linked me something the other
It was
day.
one time,
This video is adorable.
and then you said, "Don't do it again." I didn't do it again.
This is true.
My favorite part about this is Jimmy's baseball cards ?
It's like,
know,
maybe
right?
we'll get more baseball cards. Who knows?
Tremendous.
Always fun to be here.
Glad to be part of the team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And Layla's here. She's just off camera.
All right.
Here. I'll have her
I'm
come
wondering
say
who
hi.
Anonymous Hippo is, but I have a suspicion I know exactly who it is.
There she is. It might be me.
No, it's Otter.
Yeah. The fact that clearly Jimmy's not typing and you're not typing and I'm not typing and typing is being had.
Oh, I just like the idea that it was very clearly
Oh,
going to be
yeah.
a scandal, and Otter started typing Mets and then backspaced and said Phillies, and then replaced it again with Mets.
Love it. Love it.
What? Who said baseball cards?
I added it to the run of show as a question mark because we might get more Jimmy baseball cards.
Wait,
Okay.
I like that Ikakium's
I
name.
actually
Hold on.
said
I love that Ikakium's YouTube name is Great Value. Tremendous.
It needs to be Nimes Trump.
Yeah. Great Value in Nimes Trunk.
Yes.
Yeah, also, I just want to clear out, I did not put Mets Otter scandal in there.
Did you really not?
I really did not.
I honestly don't know who that was.
Then who is Anonymous Hippo?
Oh wait.
Oh,
hold on.
it's somebody. It's somebody in the office of the commissioner. Then.
Well, no, it could be somebody else that's
Yeah,
in the
Okay, Cleveland Megazoo is in
in
there.
the chat
Good.
call.
Ah, I know what's going on. We're using the same.
Yeah, we're using the same Skype over the last few days, so it's probably Butternades.
It's not. But they will remain unnamed
Oh, it's Karamat.
unless they wish to. Yeah.
It's definitely Karamat.
What's you drinking, Jack?
Guinness, which has a brewery in Baltimore, which is an excellent city that everyone should visit and support their baseball team.
Yes.
Nah.
I am drinking Rogue Admiral. Yes.
Is that what we're calling Joe this week?
Yes. That is exactly what we're calling Joe this week. It is a red wine blend out of South Australia. It was the last one in my case.
Good
Well, no,
lord,
there's
what was
one more.
that? Sorry. we've had some particularly loud cars, but that one
It wasn't that
might
loud
have
for us,
taken
so
a
that's not
hit.
bad.
It was. It's behind my microphone, so it's not well placed for the pickup pattern. But good God, it was loud. Apologies for my tumbling camera. It's a very professional stream today.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
It's not bad. It's not
Look,
bad, Jack. You're all right.
Look! I made a run of show, so we had to give up some professionalism.
All you're missing is the waistcoat.
Yes.
It's just in there. I could get it,
Don't
but
get it. It's fine.
that
It's
risks this
don't
whole
worry
setup
about it.
falling apart.
Have we put the stream in the thread?
Yes, it's in Strand Plan.
No, in the
Oh, it's
thread.
not in the thread.
Yeah,
Sorry.
can you go and put that in the thread, Jackson?
Thread so that people can join.
Let me see if I can stretch the internet wires, pull the piece of string nice and tight, and see if I can get it to load.
So, how's everyone's day been? Well, Jack knows
Pretty
that.
good.
It's been an okay
Pretty
day.
good.
Fantastic nap.
Yeah? What made your day fantastic, Adi?
I took a great nap like an
Nice.
hour ago.
Nice. So I am very disappointed. I forgot my leftover Chipotle at work.
Oh no!
I know.
You have to go pick it up tomorrow.
That
I'll have to. Yeah, I had to go into work again tomorrow, so I'll just eat it for lunch instead of dinner tonight.
Why do we always
Crystal,
talk
hi,
about
Katie.
food right after it's convenient for me to get some?
This is the real reason I don't want to be on camera, so I can just mute myself and go get food, and nobody will know.
Please, you know what's better is just grabbing an airhead in the middle of a stream and eating it directly into the microphone.
Oh, Otter knows I eat on our voice chats all the time.
Yep.
This is-
It's almost as bad
This
as
is
me
this is a
typing.
mukbang now.
Why am I signed out of Reddit? Whatever.
Reddit does that sometimes.
I keep being signed in as the wrong user, but I was signed out entirely at that point.
Now here's the problem. Airheads, I put it in my mouth as a bit, but you can't really like eat airheads quickly without choking.
No, you can't.
You can't. It's
Or
impossible.
losing a tooth.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I did lose a crown on a Laffy Taffy when I was a kid.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah.
I have never had a cavity.
I have a. This is a fake tooth because I had such a bad cavity.
Oof.
I like for like a year and a half. I had to pull it out to eat,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
which was always funny when somebody didn't know what was going on and they saw me like pull out what looked like a retainer but had a tooth in it, and then suddenly I was missing a tooth, and they were like, "Wait, have you always been missing a tooth?" Yep. Jack, did you see the other main story that Karamat added?
The more positive talk
Yeah.
about
Yes.
Tremendous.
I mean, I would discuss an excellent business outside of Baltimore, but it's now in Houston.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, really?
yeah.
So it's still outside of Baltimore, technically
true.
speaking.
It's just a few hundred miles outside of Baltimore.
True. I honestly don't remember if I mentioned this in the commissioner's chat a few weeks ago when it happened to me, but at work, when I'm showing people the tables or various things, I always just ask where they're from, because I'm curious. And it's an easy conversation to have. And somebody said to me, I was like, "Oh, can I ask where you call home?" He says, "Yeah, you know Sydney, Australia? Yeah, I'm familiar with it. Not there. Thanks. Me too."
I do that to people, like, they'll tell me where they're from. I'm like, "Are you serious? No way. I'm from Kansas City." And then they're really confused why I got there. So they don't find out.
Love it.
All right, so I got you a couple guitar pedal options. I got you a rat. I got you an overdrive. I got you a reverb. I got you a compressor. And then I got you an MXR distortion. And then, of course, you can't go wrong with the tuner. So just let you know.
I will do.
I'm prepared.
The electric's over there.
Should I go ahead and show off some of my baseball cards now or later?
No, this baseball cards is in the pre-show part of the
Probably
rundown.
now.
So now is good.
So now is good? Okay. Have you guys ever heard of the Cleveland Indians?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
As I wear
Here's-
my 95 t-shirt.
Here's a Brian Giles card with gum on his head. And then we were talking earlier about the Orioles in Baltimore.
Oh, I really hope. It's a hell of a long shot, but if the card I think is about to come up comes up, I'm going to be very happy.
What is it? What do you think it is?
Is it the fuckface card?
Amazing.
That has to be literally a 1 in a million shot.
Also, Butternades, I appreciate your comment about, yes, Cleveland Windians.
Oh.
And then here we go. Here's another one of my favorite cards.
Playing golf?
Playing golf with a baseball.
Nice. Who is that playing golf with the baseball?
It is Jay Bell. He was a Kansas City Royal, and that is the most I know about him.
The back of the card will probably tell you a little bit more.
Wade Boggs,
R.I.P.
Ooh, R.I.P.
Bo Jackson.
Nice.
All right.
And then I'm starting a Rex Hudler collection, and so far I'm only 3 deep, and these are 2 of them.
So specific.
I want
Jimmy,
to own every Rex Hudler card there is, and there's 198 of them, and I'm trying really hard to own every Rex Hudler card.
Jimmy, you don't know this about me, because I don't think anybody does yet, but I am trying really hard to not get into card collecting, and you're making that hard.
Here are 2 of my favorite players, Salvador Perez and Danny Duffy. I have Salvador Perez. I have a bat of his. And then yesterday in the comments, someone said, in just our baseball together, someone said, man, it's my life's dream to hug Salvador Perez just once. And I have hugged him on 3 different occasions.
Nice.
And so I've come to realize that there's often times where I'm kind of down on myself, or I get jealous, and I start thinking that my life isn't great. I start comparing my life to others, and I get really envious, and I want things. I'm just never satisfied, and I feel like I just need more and more and more. And I have to sit back and realize I have hugged Salvador Perez 3 different times on 3 different occasions.
Yeah, you
And
can't get much better than that.
And it's okay that I don't have a bigger house. It's okay that I don't have a nicer car. It's okay that I don't have this.
For what it's
okay that I
worth, you
don't
have a pretty
that.
nice house.
Yeah.
And a beautiful
Yeah, you
child.
have a really,
Like,
and
You
a
have
very loving wife.
yeah.
You have
Yes.
you have a TV mounted next to your alcohol.
You have
What do you
cats
want?
in your car in your basement.
I fully realize that.
No, but I understand.
fully
Yeah,
realize-
you don't know how the intrusive thoughts come and
I
affect you for
definitely feel
sure.
like Nancy-
I didn't even know
definitely-
that liquor could watch TV. I'm impressed.
I definitely.
Well,
I
that's
definitely
not
understand.
true,
I think
Otter, because
Nancy
you watch
Pelosi-
TV and you're about 80% liquor.
Yeah,
Okay, fair.
although that's just most people from Philly. you know?
And
I
then
think it's most people that I have like dragged into the Phillies Discord. So
okay, Jack, I have a baseball in my hand. Can you guess who signed it?
Kansas City Royal Ned Yost.
No. I'll
That
give
is
you
worth
one
a
more
try.
shot. That was strike 1, so you're still 1 for 1, and there's 2 strikes left.
Oh, Jesus, you're now gonna.
I'm
Was
going
I-
to give you a hint. He's
Yes.
associated with Kansas City, never played with the Royals.
God.
Paul
So
Rudd.
now I'm tipping my pitch.
Albert
Patrick
Bell.
Mahomes.
I'm going Paul Rudd.
Strike 2, strike 1 for 9.
Albert Bell.
Zach Greinke is not the right answer, Carol.
Because Zach Greinke played for the
It
Royals.
is a Buck O'Neil signed baseball.
Ooh.
In a
Yes.
million years of guessing every second, I would not have gotten it.
How do you not think about Buck O'Neil every fucking day?
Because I'm not from Kansas City.
He's not. He is a legend. He goes beyond Kansas City. He was a manager for. Wasn't he a manager for Cleveland?
I think so.
Possibly.
I know he was a manager in the majors.
Wasn't he? I thought he was.
Yes,
Baltimore
I think he was Cleveland. I think he might have been. That name. Hold on, let me
You
double check.
recognize the Buck O'Neil name. You don't have any idea who Buck O'Neil is.
No. But I'm young. Buck O'Neil, Kansas City Monarchs. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I don't recognize the name either. So, and I'm older than Khaleesi.
I don't think that he did manage. He was a scout for the Cubs at one point.
That's it.
Yes.
He was a scout for the Cubs.
Yeah, but he didn't. He
was a
didn't. He
scout
didn't
for the
manage
Cubs.
in the major leagues. He only managed in the Negro leagues.
He,
But
yes.
but
That's what I'm
it's
seeing.
that's now officially recognized as a major league team.
Right.
Yeah.
But not not major league baseball.
You're right.
Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Not the white one.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
As we know, I only recognize white players.
Okay. But get
And
that
he
baseball card.
he got gypped. He should have been added into the Baseball Hall of Fame, and he
Yes.
wasn't. And it was an absolute crime. It actually is a problem. It's a big problem. And
I would hope that now. I mean, obviously, you know, it would have been nice for him to have been inducted while he was alive, but I would hope that now that they have started to recognize the Negro Leagues as a major league, that perhaps one of those committees will get him in.
Yeah,
Yes.
There's one of the saddest pictures I've ever seen is him walking out of a meeting to find out he didn't get inducted, and it was the last opportunity he had to be inducted while he was still alive.
Aww.
And it's an absolute tragedy because like he's the reason like people are still giving a shit about the Negro Leagues.
Mm-hmm.
And Otter, thank you so much again for your donation.
I still need to donate because I told you I would still donate.
Yeah.
So when I first moved to Kansas City, I lived not too far away from the baseball museum. In fact, I lived a block away from where the stadium existed, and I fell in love with the history. And as a white person, it was really like my first opportunity to understand diversity at a better level. I grew up in a very white town, and I think. But anyway, Buck O'Neil is one of the main reasons we still talk about and admire the Negro League Baseball Museum. If it was the Negro Leagues, if it wasn't for him, I don't know if the museum would still be around. If it wasn't for him, there's a lot of things about baseball that we would have forgotten and left. But, but we lost the history. And if you ever watch the baseball documentary with Ken Burns, he's the one that sings "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
That's him?
And
Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
Yeah. And he used to, in Kansas City, way back in the day, he would come and visit your schools, and everyone called him Uncle Buck because he was like everybody's uncle. It was really
It's awesome.
Thank you for
really
telling
cool.
us about him. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
well. Now that you've donated to the museum, next time you're in Kansas City, you need to go by
I
and
definitely
visit the museum.
definitely want to see the museum because it is fascinating. It is a beautiful history that doesn't get enough attention.
Well, it's sometimes not beautiful, but
Yeah.
my yearly tradition is I go to the museum before I go to a game, and
Nice.
Oh, I like
yes.
that.
and
like
so
that.
there's a lot of times people who've never come to Kansas City before when they're in town. I go, hey, look, we're going to go to the museum, and then after the museum, we'll go to the game. And
Yeah.
there's a tradition once a year where, because Buck O'Neil would talk about this, that way back in the day when they would play on stands, he would say was dressed to the nines. And so once a year on Sundays, everyone wears their best clothes and they go to a
Aw.
baseball game. in like a 3-piece suit and stuff.
I
and
love
it's,
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I love that.
Jimmy,
I
why
love
is this
it
the first
so
I've ever heard
much.
of this game?
Yeah. Also, that just sounds like incredibly hot and sweaty.
Yeah,
Someone that
Maybe
has,
like if it's in September or October,
yeah.
like the late
Like,
season.
I-
Think of it like a nice summer
usually
suit, you know,
during
like
the
a light.
yeah, like you can wear, yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy, why is this the first I've heard of this tradition, and why have I not participated in it?
You need to,
I guess-
Jack. This is so up your.
It's a classic. It's a
alley,
classic
Jack.
Jack thing to do.
It really is.
Yes.
You know, there's a lot of
regularly go to
reasons.
sports games in a suit.
I think we need to have a trade deadline game meetup at that Dress to the Nines game.
Yeah, I can host.
All right.
By the way, also on the call now, we do have Slightly Awkward, our Mets GM, or sorry, Phillies GM. The
The New York Phillies.
yes, the New York Phillies. The R slash is it New York Mets is the sub?
It's r/New York Mets, yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if it was New York Mets or NY Mets. I always forget the way that all of these subs that aren't just team name work.
I have been typing them so many
I know,
times today. I do know them now.
It's just you know what, my brain still doesn't like. It's like, I know NY Yankees is NY Yankees. and then I never forget Motor City Kiddies or Let's Go Fish.
Let's Go Fish always gets me.
You were the Marlins GM last time.
I know.
It's very dark. It's very dark, but I wanted to donate. I wanted to trade ALS in a trade, and then we could just be the Roys.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
I mean, I would donate to an ALS charity for
For
that,
that trade, yeah.
Ooh, good idea.
Jimmy Karamat, I would like you to confirm or deny, says that he's heard that in August in Kansas City, it's hotter than 2 rats fucking in a fucking wool sock.
It's
Yeah.
very, very hot. It's
As
very
your
hot.
Sorry, I added an extra fucking in there, but I feel like the 2 rats fucking, you add extra friction there.
as the person wearing an Ichiro jersey, I can confirm.
It's
this
very
is
hot.
Factual.
It's very hot in Kansas City. It's the worst of both worlds. So it's extremely humid. It's extremely humid like in Iowa and Minnesota and Michigan in the summer, but it's also at least 20 degrees hotter at all times. It's the worst.
All right.
And you want us to come visit?
I
Yeah.
think it's September for our like. If the game is in September, that's doable.
If this game continues, I may have to change and just go in like a sundress.
Jack, you
Because
would look
Yes.
so cute in sundress.
Yes,
Otter,
you
don't
would.
tempt me. Don't
You
tempt me,
would.
Otter.
You could
I
rock
will.
sundress, Jack.
You know I will.
All right. We are going to get started with the show part of the show. Hopefully, at some point, Cordy Babe will be joining us in the middle of the show. It's time to get started. So let me grab the guitar, plug it in. It's tuned. Mine's tuned. Jimmy's is the one that's out of tune. I do need a pick. You got a pick for me? Thank you. There we go. The problem isn't that they couldn't see him. They only saw me. Oh well. Make sure the volume is good here. All right, ready? 3, 2, in 5, 4, 3, 2. I know, you see, somehow the world will change for me and be so wonderful. Live life, breathe air. I know somehow we're gonna get there and feel so wonderful. It's all for real. I'm telling you just how I feel. So wake up the members of my nation. It's your time to be. There's no chance unless you take one. And the time to just see the brightest side of every situation. Some things are meant to be, so give it your best and leave the rest to me. Leave it all to me. welcome to Trade Deadline tonight. That's the 5-shot. I need the 6-shot. There we go. I am, of course, Kuhan Luke. Joining me for the third time this week is from the Commissioner's Office, RLM Jack S. right here to my right. Right below me, also joining for the third time, I think, again this week, is Jimothy Riggins from the Kansas City Royals GM. And
Howdy.
couple
Barbecue sauce.
barbecue sauce. A couple first-time GMs, not first-time GMs, they've GM'd before, but first times on this year's streams. On the top row, we've got Slightly Awkward. He is the r/New York Mets GM, which is also the Nay York Phillies. Below him, it is Khaleesi. From the r/Cleveland Indians, and I'm not.
We don't. Sorry, we don't really need to mention that I gave away the W to get the L back to the Orioles. We could just be New York Phillies.
See, the thing is every time we say New York Phillies, Karamat corrects it. So I want to make sure. And then the without a camera, but sending an otter representing her, it is of course the r/Phillies Philadelphia Mets GM, Otter Hooligan.
How does my hair look?
It looks great. It looks it's all.
It looks very covered. By
It looks very wet. Because you're not.
Also, just to clear something up, as she is now on stream, Khaleesi, I don't know if you were listening or watching the GM announcement stream, but both Naim and I realized
That we don't know how to pronounce the second
we
second
don't know how
part.
to
Yeah,
pronounce
she
the
said
second
it.
part of
She
your name.
Sarah Hay.
Sarah Hay.
Sarah Hay. We were both wrong.
Yeah, I think I put the emphasis on the middle syllable. I think I said Sarahe instead of Sarah Hay.
So if it makes you feel better, I talked to Khaleesi like literally daily for the last 2 years,
I know. Yeah.
and I didn't know that.
Right? No, it's one of those things where like we've known her for a while. I feel like we probably should have figured this out by now.
Yeah. It's.
I have
go
picked
back
her
and
up
forth
from the
between
airport.
Sarah He and Sarah Hay, but
Okay, so
I
I was-
mostly just go by Khaleesi anyways. so
Exactly.
yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
good.
Cool. So thank you guys for joining us. Hopefully, as I said before the theme song, we will have Cordy Babe joining us at some point in this evening's stream. And we'll have to say goodbye to somebody on the stream, probably Jimmy. Because he offered. You offered, Jimmy!
I don't remember offering this at all.
See, now that we're on mic and everything's being recorded. Before everything was being recorded, he's like, yeah, I'll leave if somebody wants to come in. And now he's like, what are you talking about? I never said that.
This isn't happening. That never happened. I don't know what you're talking about.
But let's talk a little bit about a quick recap of the day. So we have talked the last couple of days about the charity donations that have come out of the game, which are tremendous. We're really, really excited about that. Jack, do you have a number that you happen to have?
I don't have a number for the total everything. I know that the trades of the homeless guy 11 are up to, off the top of my head, $650 ish.
So we did clear $1,000
which-
in total donations today.
Yes, which means that we have cleared $1,000 in total.
Yes.
Yeah, and there's still another
I
day to
found-
go, still more trades coming, and I do know there is another donation trade being worked out right now, and a large one.
There are also other, not necessarily trade-based donations, but there are other donations that are in the works.
Yep.
I can definitely.
So,
Also, Sanix Adam donated another 100 after I
Yeah,
traded him
so
today.
he's up to 450. Leap and I donated $100 to the zoo. Well, that was
No, you bought the
you
zoo.
bought the zoo, yeah.
We think.
We think you bought a zoo.
bought the zoo. We're not sure.
We can't read Australian. Sorry, it's upside down.
It's upside down.
We tried,
You
but you
should
got
have
quite
posted
ahead
it
of
upside down.
That's a good point, Butternades, because Rocky's GM did donate $50
No,
to.
we did fix it. It is now upside down.
Rocky's GM did donate $50 to each of 3 charities, so I think that's another $150 in just the.
Mhm.
I missed
Seriously,
quite a bit when I went to get food.
I am loving all of these donations, and especially the homeless donations.
Yeah.
It is a cause that is very near and dear to my heart. So thank you, Jack, so much for starting that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit goes to you and Otter as well, though. I mean,
pretty much everybody here on stream except for Slightly Awkward, who did. I'm sure you did do a donation, right? But like, it was Jimmy really got the ball rolling with the idea of the Negro League Museum donation. Obviously, Otter made the big donation to the Negro League Museum.
And the next donation was actually made in a trade between the Mets and the White Sox.
Exactly. Yeah.
Where what was her name? The White Sox.
Cordy Babe.
Cordy Babe.
Yeah, Cordy Babe.
Who will hopefully be joining on.
Yes.
Yep.
She donated to the Mets Foundation. So
Right. Yeah.
that kind of continues also.
I had missed that in trying to get a total for everything, so please send me a DM just reminding me to look for that.
25 or $50?
I think it was 50. Yeah.
Right. So, somebody send me a DM and I will try and add that.
But yeah, I'm definitely like awed at the generosity that all of you guys have exhibited. Like I said it in the thread at some point, but when this game launched 6 years ago, and it was me running it off of a crappy spreadsheet that Jimmy helped with, I never could have sort of imagined the positive sort of change we could start to make. And that's really exciting, and I'm really, really happy about it. That's.
I never thought I'd have to ever talk to Nine again, and I don't know if I'm glad.
You've done it on at least a weekly basis ever since.
Yeah.
I've talked to Nine probably every day for the last 6 years.
Not every day. Sometimes you're not around in the Slack, but very, very often. Yeah, definitely a couple times a week.
Really close.
And we have each other's phone number. Like Jimmy and I text each other sometimes too. Outside of the Slack, we have our own secret conversations.
I've slept in his house.
That is true.
And then, now going back to the initial trade, one, I don't even remember the user that you guys were after with the Royals trade.
That was one of our good friends.
Are they a Royals fan, or did they just accidentally sign up on my team?
No, so we call him Brady.
Yes.
That's what he goes by.
That you two are actually friends, but you were the two in a bidding war.
Mm-hmm.
So I downloaded. I've had a Discord for a while, and I honestly don't know how to use it. It's really confusing because on Slack, to read all your messages, you scroll up, but on Discord it starts you at the top, so you scroll down to read your unread messages, and then I don't know how to turn notifications on, and so. And I was on a business trip, and so out of the blue, I saw two people were hounding me that both looked like otters. Two people were hounding me for the same user, and I was actually talking to people, and I said, man, I don't know if it's really fair for anybody to be a Royals fan this year. It's just, we're not that fun. I said, maybe I should just do get people to donate to the museum, or at the very least, watch Ted Lasso. And at the very, very, very least, publicly state that Kansas City barbecue is superior over any other form of barbecue. So I just kind of started with that. So I opened up my Discord, and I had two different messages from two different otters, and both otters were saying that I really want this user, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna start playing the game. And so I was like, and there's this back and forth of well, so and so said they're going to do this. Are you willing to donate this amount? Well, and then you come back and okay, now they're willing to donate this amount. And then at one point in time, they're like, we're talking to each other, because I said, hey, This is where we're at. This is how much you need to donate to go back.
We were talking to each other during the bidding war, too.
And you guys were like, we're talking to each other right now. And
Yeah.
I was like, I hope it doesn't.
We've had an active group chat between me, Khaleesi, and Leap, who's the other GM for the Indians, for a while now. So
yeah, I think over a year now.
Yeah. And I knew they were going to be after him. And at some point, I think once it got to $100, I'm like, this isn't fair anymore, because there's two of them, there's one of me.
I only paid
So
you
that's-
$25.
I know, and that's like when I went to you guys, I'm like, please stop. I'm absolutely stubborn enough to like sit there and try to outbid anybody, especially for Woody, because like I love Woody.
Woody's the best.
He's such a sweetie. I love
Yes.
him. If there was any person to go overboard donating to try to sign, it would definitely be him. I really hope he's listening to me talk nice things
Yes.
to him right now.
I hope he is listening. Hi, Woody.
Hi, Rudy. But yeah, that's why I went to them. I'm like, oh my god, please stop, because I'm gonna keep going and I'm gonna keep trying to like match you guys, but like, please have
And that's
mercy.
when we back down.
Yeah, and then I think at that point, like they agreed to back down when it was still at 100, but I'm like, on principle, I'm gonna go back to Jimmy and just be like 150 to make it stop.
And you're like, and do not go back to them. This
Yeah.
is like, say yes now or just
Yeah.
stop. And I was like, yeah. I was like, and I knew it was to charity, but at the same time, like I still felt like I was being greedy because I was just like, I don't know these people. Like these are Redditors. You know, they're anonymous. They could be like, very well off, or they could be like, borrowing money from their mom. And so I was like, I don't really want to take it any further. And so when you did 150, I was like, I wouldn't even donate 150 for something like this.
And then you donated $100 the next day, didn't you?
I donated 100, and even
Then he
like,
had a conversation
With his wife, where he had to tell her he's a Reddit mod. Yeah.
yeah, which was really weird because she didn't even know what Reddit was. So I had to explain 1, what Reddit was, 2, that I moderate it, and then 3, that I'm trading people for ownership, which was just even more confusing. It's just, and then when I was doing this for like the last 6 years, that was, yeah.
Also, I want to just shout out as well, in case it wasn't public knowledge, that the user that we were bidding over also donated $50 to the museum.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's
So-
great.
He did.
Yeah.
Now, and is this person, are they from Kansas City, or did
Yeah.
they just randomly
Yes.
select myself? Okay.
No, I know he lives in Kansas City now. I don't actually know if he is from there originally.
Yeah.
I am
yeah.
very sorry, dear
I
listener,
actually-
for deafening you there.
It's
Wasn't
okay.
that bad?
Also,
Well,
Butternades
If he ever wants to
pointed
hang out, let him know.
Butternades pointed out that the Rockies GM donated
Yeah, I mentioned
$50
$50 to each of 3 charities.
3 charities. Yeah.
Yep. So that's so we're definitely well over, I think, $1,200 as far as donations go
I think
among
so.
everything else, and I think it might even be more than that, and I definitely know more is coming down the pike. So
My goal for tomorrow night's end of the week stream is to have a total, and if I don't make it by tomorrow, I will definitely make sure to go back and edit it into either the thread or make a separate post.
by the way, also
Is that-
Butternades and the Rockies GM, who is name I'm forgetting, it's something LOL. Both are first-time GMs. Butternades, who was on yesterday, and Low Res LOL, who joined on day 2. So like, I'm
Yeah.
not that it's not wonderful when I see Khaleesi and Otter and Jimmy doing donations, but for somebody to come in for the first time as a GM and be like, yeah, I'm gonna drop $150 on donations in the middle of a Reddit game,
Yeah.
like that's extra cool to me.
So amazing to see, and thank you, Otter, and Jimmy for starting it. Thank you, Jack, for the.
Otter put the money where her mouth was.
Yeah.
I just was the one guilting her. And telling her to do it.
Yeah, and then
so-
obviously Jack, Jack, when you
100%.
first sent the message to a homeless guy, I doubt you even expected the breadth of what we ended up doing. Like, we literally had to change code on the database to allow more than 5
And thank
trades.
you to all
I
of the
did
GMs.
I did tell homeless guy that today. I was
Yeah.
like, just so you know, there definitely has been a specific exception.
Literally
about
in the code, it
every
says
single
the homeless
time
guy
a trade
11.
gets submitted.
Like, it's a specific exception for
Every
his
s-
username.
Every single time a trade gets submitted, the database goes, all right, this user, have they been traded 5 times? No? Cool. Yes? Wait. Are they that homeless guy? Yes? Okay.
Yeah,
then cool.
exactly.
It'll go through. Like,
Mhm.
it
Yeah.
specifically checks every time we add a user to a trade if they're that homeless guy.
Also, thank you to all of the GMs who have been so generous during
Yeah.
this game. It has been so
Yeah,
amazing
absolutely.
to see, really.
I will also say, she's not here yet. Hopefully, she joins us later in the stream. But Cordy Babe, I don't owe anything necessarily, but the group and this idea owes a lot to Cordy Babe, because I want to say it was her that suggested and or just gave me the idea that this is as many places as we can.
Yeah.
I think it might
Not
have
just
been,
making it a
yeah.
one-time thing.
Which, Cordy Babe, awesome job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as we said, he has now moved to, I believe, 16 or 17 teams.
I believe there have been 16 trades between 17 teams,
Yeah, so
which means 16 donations.
exactly,
Which, oh my gosh.
Which is insane.
and all between like $25 and $150. So yeah, very pumped about that. Let's move on from the charity. Very excited about the charity stuff, but we do have to talk about other things.
Yes.
Club Zero opened last night at the close of trading last night. We had two teams immediately in Club Zero. That is the Brewers and Giants. Both immediately were in Club Zero at the induction. But now we have expanded to, I believe, 10 or 11. I could be a little low on that number. Let me see here. If I click edit and permissions. Diamondbacks, Cubs, White Sox, Reds, Indians, Rockies, Astros, Angels, Dodgers, Brewers, Pirates, Giants, Blue Jays. 13. Lucky 13. So almost half of the teams have cleared their entire original roster of players, which is awesome. My team, the Cardinals, we had the most signups, and I think we now have the second most untraded behind the Yankees.
Nice.
So,
By the way, Yankees GM, if you're watching, we're still trying to work with you, bud.
yeah, he's
so
around. He's and he can get in contact with
he
him.
mentioned his mother is in the hospital.
His
so-
grandmother, yeah.
Grandmother.
My apologies. I thought that was someone else.
Grandmother, yes.
But he is around, and I am able to contact him. And we do follow each other on Twitter too. So and we have a Slack. We're in the same Slack together too. So he's not super hard to get in contact with. But if he needs
He's
to
got-
pass over ownership
he's busy.
tomorrow, we'll we can make that work. But we will. If you are watching as a user, just know we do guarantee you will get traded. If he needs to pass over ownership to. Nope. I just heard myself in somebody's microphone, but I think it's fine now. That was weird.
Sorry. Sorry.
No worries. What was weird is it was super high quality. It sounded like you were passing it right back through. Anyway, yeah. So hopefully we will be able to make that work with him. But like I said, if not, we'll make it work no matter what. Moving on, waivers rolled out last night. Today was the first full day of waivers. Has anybody picked anybody big up on waivers? I know we have made some trades of waiver users.
Yeah, no, I think we've actually picked up a couple big waiver, like 30 to 90K waiver pickups. Thanks to Leap, who has been doing the waiver pickups. Thanks, Leap, if you're watching.
I'm sorry, Jimmy. Are you now? Is your camera now the eyes of the predator? What's happening?
He's really embracing that Reds life.
Incredible.
No, Jimmy's still
Had quite an impression.
I'm not a Red, I'm a Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Philly or are you a Met?
Oh, right.
Nope,
He's a
I
Met
think I'm a
now.
Philly.
Are you a New York Philly or are you a
No,
Philadelphia
we're the New
Met?
York Phillies. Yeah, he's a New York Philly. Or no, he's a
No, Philadelphia.
Met.
He's a Philadelphia
I'm
Met.
already confused when it was
He's a
mine,
Philadelphia Met. He wouldn't dream of being a New York Philly. God,
No, absolutely not.
Okay, screw those guys.
Cool. Yes, and then another last update that in what was supposed to be the quick recap of the day and now has gone around 20 to 30 minutes. Jack wanted to point out the most wholesome trade ever: Mr. Rogers for Spider-Man.
Aww.
So we can get into the background of that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Actually,
You are here.
But
Yes,
first, I think
do.
I mean, there's not much background, but I think the next thing that we might want to talk about can lead right into it. and it's on the list of it's on our list. The Otter scandal. Can we speak? Can we talk about that first?
Sure.
Okay. So, Otter, do you want to start this off?
Well, okay. So obviously my profile picture is like an otter wearing a Phillies hat. And I do remember when it started. It started right when the world shut down for COVID. A bunch of people, including Moot, who's a reporter, and Khaleesi, and Leet, who is her co-GM, were trying to get me to join their fantasy baseball league, and decided the best way to do that
was to all become otters
and put like my least favorite team's hats on my profile picture.
Wow.
And
Cleveland is your least favorite team?
well, no, not Cleveland, but like there was a Braves otter and a Mets otter and a Dallas Cowboys
I wasn't even
otter.
aware about this.
This was a while ago, and a server
and
that's
it
not
was
even active anymore.
It was like among Otter and my friend group, which some of you guys are in.
Yeah. So that's like how getting other people to use my profile picture kind of started. And
it spiraled into some of the there's a user from the Cleveland Discord who uses an otter profile pic who does not know otter at all.
Like if anybody asks me for one that's not on like this very short list of teams that I actively don't like, like I'll make it for him. And I've even done like absurd ones, like Brady.
There's a trash can.
Yeah, the trash can one is the otter, the Astros otter. I know.
There's Germany ones.
For like the bearskin cap that the Palace Guards wear in London is probably one of the more absurd ones. Someone asked for like the deerstalker cap because they wanted a Letterkenny otter. So like I've done all this stuff. There's probably a couple dozen people that use this profile picture, but my only rule is like no Braves, no Mets, no Cowboys, like, you know, short list of teams that I just refuse to make one for.
So you mentioned that yesterday, so I wasn't even going to ask. And then I noticed that there's a Cubs otter sitting right there, nice blue hat, that all I have to do is go in MS Paint and stick an NY on it.
Actually had made in New York Mets
right.
otter.
This was in the original, like we're gonna
in the original.
Yeah.
All right, but I didn't have access to that, and I didn't think Leap would want to get into a blood feud with Otter anyway.
Leap's actually been in a blood feud with Otter for about 18 months, so that wouldn't be new.
Yeah, if anybody would want to get in a blood feud with me, it would probably
Yeah, that's a classic Leap move.
Also, Leap, I hope you're watching. Hi.
Yeah, hi Leap. Love you.
So I did two things. I reversed the otter to face the other way, and I added the NY to the cap. And then Otter declared a blood feud on me.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. So originally my profile picture was Grover. And it's
Oh yeah.
Right.
It's an all-time
Which
great,
was
I
a
think.
cute Grover. I love Grover.
Yeah. I mean, one day, the first time I used Discord, I said, okay, I needed profile picture, and Grover was the first thing that came to my head. I like Grover.
Yeah.
So I switched to the Otter profile picture, and Otter declared a blood feud on me, and she actually blocked me, and I do believe you blocked me.
She did.
Tremendous.
Yeah.
Have you unblocked him yet, Otter?
Yeah, I did. Once Jack told me he actually took the offensive profile picture off, I unblocked him.
So she said she will not unblock me until I go back to a Muppet. Now, I happen to realize that there is a Muppet Otter from the show Bear in the Big Blue House, which, according to Jack, at least, the Muppet, we can have these arguments about what constitutes.
No, I would say
It's
very clearly,
Jim Henson.
it's
Jim
not a
Henson.
capital M Muppet. It's a lowercase m Muppet.
Oh, I have the same distinction.
Yeah.
I have the same distinction. Like a capital M Muppet is only a member of the Muppet Show.
Which, to be
or
fair,
Muppet
Grover is
Movie.
also technically a lowercase m Muppet because he's Sesame Street.
So yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Grover is a lowercase M Muppet, and maybe
See,
I
for
would
me, they are
disagree.
all Muppets. They may not all be canon Muppets, though.
But are they from Jim Henson?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah, Bear in the
They
Big
are
Blue House
from
is Jim Henson.
They're a lowercase Muppet. If they're
So they're
on
not-
the
they're not-
Muppets-
what
So
about
wait,
a
I-
puppet made in? What about a puppet made in the style of Jim Henson, but not
Nope.
under the Jim Henson Company?
So that
It has to be Jim Henson.
That's a Muppet.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
not bad. Yeah.
It's an
Mhm.
upside down Muppet.
My question is, did you learn the distinction between capital M Muppets and lowercase m Muppets before or after you picked Grover as your profile picture?
No, I've had this in my head for a while. It's a very good distinction. There's the Muppets, the Muppet Show, right? And Grover is not a Muppet. And now you could say Big Bird is neither a capital M Muppet because not part of the Muppet Show or any related properties, and also not a puppet. So
No,
like-
He is a puppet though, because his mouth is operated by the hand.
well, the mouth is the puppet.
Yeah, so
but-
I would call Big Bird
Big Bird is a
a
Muppet.
lowercase m Muppet.
is Big Bird is at the very least a puppet.
Well, yeah, for sure, yeah.
If Big Bird is a puppet, then Big Bird is a Muppet. I
Yeah.
believe.
Because he has to be puppeteered.
Yes.
Yes.
This does beg the question: Yoda, capital or lowercase Muppet?
So
Definitely not a capital.
Yoda's definitely not
Definitely not
capital. Yeah,
capital.
no question he's not capital
Yeah.
because he's not a Muppet Show Muppet. I do not think Yoda is Jim Henson Company. It is Frank Oz, but I don't
It's
think
Jim
it's.
Henson.
It's
It
like
is
an
Jim Henson.
Is it Henson?
And
Yeah.
and they're both owned by Disney.
Well, at this point,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah, Yoda is definitely at the very least a lowercase.
But Jim Henson,
Muppet.
again, the Jim Henson Company designed Yoda, but Yoda was not property of Jim Henson.
Right. Yeah. I think Yoda's definitely kind of in a gray area.
Hang on. This does beg the question, as we have her present. The Philly Fanatic, capital M, lowercase m, not an M.
Not a Muppet.
Ooh.
It's not a Muppet. It was created
Not a
by
And it doesn't talk.
Not only is it not a Muppet, it's also not a puppet.
no. It's
a mascot.
Also, there's like this whole lawsuit about it.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with the Muppets. I think it's a marketing firm out of Boston or something.
I
I
don't know
forget
why I
the
had it in my head
specifics.
that it was Jim Henson. Sorry.
No.
Disregard.
No. And I think there are some of the same people that worked on the original Fanatic, like the same company or something, also worked on Gritty. So
Pretty.
that
That
explains
would
a lot of
track.
things there. Yeah. I could be wrong.
So the Bear in the Big Blue House has two otters named Pip and Pop, and Bear in the Big Blue House is a Henson affiliated show. It's Jim Henson.
The Henson Company built
And-
the puppets.
It's a Henson Company. Yes, they made the puppets, and they're definitely production. They produced it in some level. So we agreed that this is perfect solution. It is a Muppet. It is an otter. An otter only had an issue with her specific otter.
Yeah.
So that is my current profile picture is Pop because
Yeah.
he's on the right with a Mets cap on.
So here's
why we-
by the way, here's a couple distinctions from the Muppet Wiki. One, Henson Company did not, and Henson had no involvement in building Yoda. Henson consulted a little bit. Oz did the building. Two, according to the Muppet Wiki, if he was built by Henson, he would qualify as a creature, not a Muppet.
Oh.
There's a difference between
Yeah.
Muppets and
Interesting.
creatures.
So Muppets
Because-
are really only capital M Muppets, really.
I know.
Jim Henson.
So like
Jim Henson's
Grover
company.
is not a Muppet.
No, Grover
Is
Grover
that
is a
what you're saying?
lowercase m Muppet. The creatures, because they're like more
Grover is a creature.
creatures are more
Grover's a
realistic. So like
creature.
the Dark Crystal characters, those are
Our
creatures.
crystal, definitely. Okay, it would be creatures.
Was,
The Ninja Turtles are creatures. Those were Henson, the Ninja Turtles.
I didn't
Were
know
they
that.
really?
Yes.
Wow. I did not
Wow.
know
Yeah.
that.
I
Hey.
didn't know that.
Obviously not the original. Like it's based on a comic book,
the
right? But the
CGI,
1990
yeah.
the 1990 movie where those were built by
Yeah.
Henson. The Henson Creature Shop. Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting.
So,
Sorry, go ahead.
as we were having
Anyway.
this conversation,
I'm drinking
Um,
pineapple juice.
Paramount. Oh, cool.
Incredible.
I'm drinking other things.
drinking
Paramount
wine.
mentioned that any Jim Henson and any Jim Henson creation should be property of the Orioles. And that clicked in my mind. I was like, yes, Jim Henson is Baltimore and Mr. Rogers is Pittsburgh. And
Yeah.
and I remembered, and I right away I tried to message the emo Batman, who I can make a very strong case for. Batman is Pittsburgh, but we'll get to that. That we need to make a trade right here, right now. Okay, I have Spider-Man. You have Mr. Rogers. If you're willing to take Spider-Man for Mr. Rogers, let's go. Let's do it. And that is, he agreed immediately for some godforsaken reason, and we made a trade.
Nice. Also, we need to finish this dispute, Jimmy. Do I or you own Superman?
Jimmy owns. No, there's no dispute. Jimmy owns Superman.
absolutely
No,
own
absolutely.
Superman.
Absolutely no
There's
dispute.
No,
images
but it
of
was
Superman
created-
wearing
He
a
was. It
Royals
doesn't matter where he was created.
Created in
The
Cleveland,
the
though.
character of Superman,
Like
the
Canadian?
character of Clark Kent is from
Okay.
Kansas.
No,
That is
one of them was a Clevelander. One of them moved to One of them had moved to Cleveland, and then together created.
yeah, but the
Superman. He is a Clevelander.
the character no, but
But
Superman the
Superman-
character
No.
Is
grew up in Kansas.
Yeah.
That is unquestioned.
the-
that is canon.
Okay.
So then I
If I-
got all the
if I
Marvel
may.
characters.
And he's a canon.
If
He's
I
a
may.
canon
All the
Royals
Marvel
fan.
characters.
If I
that's
may,
the case,
the creators of Superman both were in Cleveland and both decided, let's not make him from Cleveland.
You can have Siegel and Schuster. That's not a problem.
yes, you could have the both of them if you want.
I
guess
I mean,
they're
there's
made.
should
actual
be a property of
images
Cleveland.
of there's actual images of Superman wearing a Royals jersey.
Yeah,
Oh, I know
Superman is canon.
sent the picture,
Superman is
but
a
he's
a
like-
canon
this
Royals fan. That is
this
without
more
question.
than like because I guarantee you, Mr. Rogers would not say that anybody owns him or that can claim. I don't know. I'm just.
Can claim him as a fan of their team. Let's
That's,
put it
Yeah,
that way.
I just.
And if this is the case, I mean, Stan Lee is from Brooklyn. Is that
Yes.
true?
Yes.
Okay.
So most
So
of
let-
Marvel
Most
is
Marvel characters will be
Yeah,
will be under my
is
church.
Mets.
I happen to have seen part of Princess
I mean,
Diaries 2 today.
Luke
and Stan Lee
Skywalker was
in here.
Luke Skywalker was created in California, but he still is from Naboo.
But we need no. But he's an Astros property.
What?
That's from Tatooine.
Anything from space.
He grew up in Tatooine.
Oh.
No,
All right,
not
wait.
anything from space is
I
Astro's
want-
property. I dispute that.
Wait, wait.
Also.
I want to
Khaleesi,
put claim in
make your-
on Mr. Rogers purely because my aunt inspired one of the characters on
Jimmy?
the show.
That is making a lot of noise.
I have
Yeah.
not heard the story.
Yeah, there was a little porcelain doll named Princess Sarah, and that was named after my aunt. She was Mr. Rogers' real life neighbor.
Aww,
She grew up in the
that's
same street as him.
interesting.
That's the best thing I've ever learned.
Honey, why have you not shared that story before?
I don't know. What would it have come up, Khaleesi?
For what it's worth, I
Why
cannot.
is that not like the first thing you lead with? Like,
For
my aunt's the character on Mr. Rogers.
I feel like I have heard this story before.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I feel like you might have mentioned it before. For what it's worth, by the way, I cannot find any evidence of Stan Lee in Mets gear, but I can find evidence of him in LA Dodgers gear.
I can
Yeah, that
find
makes sense.
evidence
That tracks.
of current Spider-Man and Phillies gear.
Why? Well, no.
That's once again, that's the actor, not the character.
Yes, you own Timothy Chalamet. You own Timothy. No.
I
Is
own
Captain
both
is
colors.
Captain America a Dodgers fan?
Yes,
Yes.
that's canon. That's already.
Brooklyn
We've
Dodgers.
already
You can't.
talked about this.
But we.
No,
Yes.
Dodgers.
But I'm sorry.
But the creators,
Brooklyn-
but where were the creators of Captain America from? Because obviously that matters.
But it doesn't.
does.
First of all, it doesn't. But Brooklyn.
Come on.
Um,
Probably.
Dang.
MCU cap is a Brooklyn Dodgers fan.
Any-
Anyway, let's move
Any
on. Let's
Brooklyn
move
Dodgers
on.
fan would not be a Los
We're moving on. Let's talk about Long Diego, which I actually quite like as a bit. You guys know I have said clearly in the past I'm not I don't really care about these trades of things that don't actually exist. However, the Long Diego trade I find very funny.
I really enjoyed the GMs suddenly deciding that they cared about who owned what,
It
and
all started with
trying to
wanting
get.
to claim Indiana.
I just love that they suddenly cared who owned what after not caring for 4 days.
You mean like the Giants trading away Captain America without consulting the Dodgers or the Mets?
Or in fact, the
Well,
Giants
no,
trading
Pi
away
just
anything
decides
else.
he owns whatever.
Yeah, Pi just likes to steal things that he has no right to. So we really nothing we can do about that.
Pi.
I mean, we could, but we just never pay enough attention.
Yes, Long Diego. How far has he gotten, Long Diego?
He's gotten at least. I mean, I know he has a part of the coast. I don't know if he's filled in all of the gaps, but I know he made a trade with Baltimore today. So
I'm making a
Hey,
trade with.
Are you listening?
I'm making a trade with him right now to own parcels of land in Kansas and Missouri.
Jimmy, I repeat again, since you're here and talking about making trades, please trade me somebody for having to watch Ted Lasso.
Jimmy,
What's
you and I
Ted
still have to trade
Lasso?
gifts.
listen,
Oh yeah, we do need to trade gifts.
Yeah.
And you need to trade me. Well, actually, I can't do any more donations. My wife told me, so I think
I'm still
I
gonna
think
try
I'm
to
stuck
trade
at the
you.
field.
I'm gonna try to trade you, but if it doesn't work out, I'm choosing to not feel bad about it.
Oh, that's fine. I already changed my flair to Philly's flair.
Nice.
And oh, wait, did we talk about this news? Just a second. Wait a second. More news coming in. Just give me a minute to pull up the news. Our great commissioner Naim has negotiated with MLB, and everyone gets MLB TV for free.
that is correct. Yes.
So,
What?
Damn. Thanks.
if you go if it I want to you hold on. You are looking at me like this is a real thing. So literally everybody gets MLB TV for free this week. I got a notification from from the MLB app. This is not a thing that I actually did. I don't want to get credit for something like you guys are really giving me credit for something I didn't do. But yes, that is the
It wouldn't be the first time we gave someone credit for something they didn't do.
I mean, you did try to reach out to someone that works on MLB The Show.
That is
so-
true. Yeah, I do have a friend on MLB The Show who would have liked to give us something, but he just, he was like, listen, the social team, they really don't let us. And I was like, nah, makes sense. I understand. I appreciate you getting back to me. But yes, MLB.TV and Minor League Baseball, MILB.TV, are both free for everybody this weekend. So that's great for this, again, not something that we actually did. But if you are a fan of a new team now and you don't already have MLB.TV, this is a great opportunity to be able to watch that team, at least for this weekend. Maybe not for the rest of the week, but at least for this weekend, you get a chance to watch your team. So very, very excited about that. I think that's a thing they might do every year after the All-Star break. I'm not sure if it's always been a thing.
well, it's because of me. It's because
I made this wonderful negotiation with MLB Advanced
Haven't they
Media.
done this in the past, though? Like everything free for a certain amount of time, or
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's
Yeah.
free for the weekend.
like at the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the
'Cause I've
last.
taken pictures before of so I have a triple monitor set up, and I've had 2 games on each monitor, and just posted a picture of that. I'm getting the most out of my free weekend.
For what it's worth, we have not yet mentioned our wonderful sponsor for the stream, Old Line Woodwork.
Old Town.
Old Line
I am
Woodwork.
so
Hold line.
excited for my frog charcuterie board
Yes.
from Old Line Woodwork.
Yes. By the way, I have been getting messages from Jeremy in our Slack all week that he's gotten like 3 or 4 new commissions out of the Old Line Woodwork sponsorship for the trade deadline tonight.
Yeah.
So love that.
Fantastic.
You'll see if he can do an otter one.
He probably could. I'm not
Yeah.
going to sign him up for it, but
yeah.
he made me a frog one.
I might have to at least ask.
Send him. He'll give you a quote. Whether the quote is something that you're willing to pay or not is its own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody
I'm a
remind
little
me.
bit tapped out on money this week.
I'm sorry, dear listener, but somebody remind me after stream, and I will tell you what I was going to commission from Jimmy.
Ooh,
Or from Jimmy?
yes,
From Jeremy,
I
even.
need-
So if
I need to
if
hear
you
the
want to
chat.
make commissions from Old Line Woodwork, those you can do at oldlinewoodwork.com. You can also find Old Line Woodwork right here on YouTube. You got to search Old Line Woodwork. I would not put a space between old and line because that is the way that I was able to find them. And then hopefully once he gets enough subscribers, he'll have a vanity URL and we won't have to
Yeah.
beat around it every time.
Also,
We have-
completely not a bit. I've watched every one of his videos,
All 2 of them.
and I love them. They are fantastic.
I definitely mentioned it was. I don't remember if it was earlier today or yesterday because the days blur together. But I definitely missed out on processing a trade and Jeremy beat me to it because I was watching his YouTube video. So, like, what were you about to say? Slightly awkward.
Jeremy is on the Mets. We traded for him, so maybe we'll be able to trade away some old
Well,
Line
you
Woodwork.
traded for him, but Old Line Woodwork got traded to Houston or Hot Town.
Okay.
So
Hot
well,
Town, yeah.
Hot Town.
Wait, can I just shout out the fact that I haven't actually traded for any commissioners this year?
that's true. You finally grew tired of the bit.
So, Otter, confession time. I may or may not possess Commissioner Dan as a member, purely because I was going to refuse to trade him to you. So you couldn't collect all of the commissioners.
Well, you tried that in the hockey game, but then I got Young Joe's alt, so we all decided it still counted.
Yeah, but I don't think Commissioner Dan's going to create an all.
Oh yeah, but
He's
No.
going to sign up
No,
for the
true.
game.
but I'm just saying, like, I've done it twice now, so I don't need to try a third time. It's easy.
too easy. Butternades does point out that yes, he did trade multiple family recipes. Did anybody else here get a family recipe? Because I got the sugar cookie recipe.
I got
offered
2 of
eight
them.
I was
Okay.
off-
No, so Leap and I are hanging out this weekend. And
Oh, that's awesome.
so we're going to be baking cookies.
Oh,
Those-
Was that part of a trade?
Yes.
I require cookies.
Are you
Wait,
vaccinated?
hold on, they're co-GMs. They're on the same team. How could they make a trade?
So
we technically traded Leap because
That is
Leap
true.
was original.
Yeah, he
yeah,
registered
Leap
with
was
that.
Technically
originally
traded
in
Leap.
that. So Leap and I traded spots.
Oh, that's true. Yes, we got you.
Yeah.
Was it the same trade? It was.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. So yes, we traded them for each other. I remember that now.
Yes. But we're going to be making those cookies that we got from Butternades. And that's the plan, and I am
What
excited.
kind of cookies are they?
Sugar cookies.
They are sugar cookies.
Yep, I got that same recipe. He's kind of sending out that same recipe to everybody who
Not
gets the
exact-
recipe.
Not exactly exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I put myself on the block today. Oh, I have 4 users left, and it's me, Queenie, who's a GM, Jaybird, who has 200 karma and is a former mod, and our bot. And I think Butternades offered me all of the recipes in his phone, which is 7 or 8 of them. For I forget how many of the 4 that I still have yet to try.
I mean, I
So-
still have an our baseball mod, but that might not be.
I mean, I have one too, technically, right now.
I've made an offer on that our baseball mod.
Okay.
Yeah, well, well, I'm still waiting on her answer to that.
Yeah, I've gotten a couple offers, and I'm still kind of working through some stuff on them. So, just making everybody wait, being rude.
Well, we were hoping to have Cordy Babe on to talk about the all girls trade, but unfortunately, I don't think she's able to make it. So
I just sent her a message, and we'll see.
we'll see. Hopefully, she makes it.
But
But
I want to talk about the zoo more. I want to talk about my Mega
Yes,
Zoo.
let's talk about
the Mega Zoo. Yeah, let's talk about the Mega Zoo. That's good. Let's do that. Yep. We did touch on it a little bit, but talk a little bit about the Mega Zoo, Khaleesi.
Yes.
yours.
So it started with I was trying to figure out like what would be our shtick. But we did
Okay.
get the Prospect Zoo too.
All right, good.
Yes. So
Bronx
basically,
Zoo is
I
number 4.
I wanted like all the major zoos, and I was like, you know what? Let's trade for a zoo from everyone and make a mega zoo. And Leap was all like 100% yes, let's do
Hey,
this.
everybody's muted.
Yeah,
and so no one
I
can
fixed
hear
it. It
this.
should be fixed now.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Leap was instantly on board.
Let's start
with...
from the top. Here's my baseball cards that I have.
Jimmy, I love that bit. My sleep schedule would hate it.
You guys should be able to hear now, right? You guys can hear everybody now,
Okay.
hopefully.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody.
I think so.
I can
Okay.
still hear.
I don't think he was
So,
asking
I was
us.
asking them.
where did we go mute so that I know where to
Oh.
start again?
You wanted all the zoos.
Yes. So I was like, okay, let's make our thing that we're going to trade for all the zoos. And then once the charity thing started, I was like, we need to find a charity related to animals that we could donate to after acquiring all the zoos. So we decided on Wildlife Warriors, and Leap was amazing and donated $100 to them. And I am so excited and so proud, and like it took a lot of trading to get all of these zoos, but we managed it.
Yeah, Leap asked
I gave
originally
you a
for-
lot of zoos too.
Yes, you did. Like we ended up with more than we had planned because people were like throwing in extra zoos, and I'm like,
So
Well, I
originally
threw in
Leap
the
asked-
zoo from my hometown. That's also where the AA Springfield Cardinals play. But I just thought to stick it to them, I'll give their zoo away before they even can. and then I also volunteered the Omaha Zoo because that's where my AAA baseball team plays.
I think we only took one of your extra zoos.
Oh, I have 2 more zoos
Yeah, I
I
think-
can trade you, Khaleesi.
Okay,
You
perfect.
took the
Yeah.
you took the Dickerson Zoo because there were comments in the thread, and people were like, "Wait, that's my hometown. What the heck? Like, why is my hometown zoo getting traded?"
Love it. Yeah, no, we are still open to accepting more zoos as part of the Cleveland Mega Zoo.
So Leap originally asked
Yeah.
me for the Queen Zoo, and I'm like, it's not going to add anything to your Mega Zoo. I'm like, let me speak to the Yankees. Let me get you the Bronx Zoo. I traded the Queen Zoo and the Prospect Park Zoo for the Bronx Zoo, and I'm telling you, they wouldn't be 10% together of the Bronx Zoo. I immediately
No,
turned around.
Like Bronx Zoo was one of my like top priority targets, but we wanted them all.
very happy
We
to
wanted
share.
Queens and Prospect
Yes,
too,
so
and we got them. Those were our last 2 zoos.
I
that
believe
we
it's a
got.
Staten Island Zoo, but nobody cares about Staten Island.
No, nobody cares about Staten Island.
Haven't been there.
The
either.
impractical jokers probably care.
Yes, so that was a major thing, and we completed it, and I am so happy. Like, yeah, it was
Yes.
Yep.
our almost every single GM who like we traded with. Our first message was like, "Hey, what would it take to get your zoo?"
That is true. That is the first message that I got from Khaleesi, for sure. Was
Yes.
I
Aquarius
thought the
this year?
first message you got was, "We want to be trade number 1."
no.
And then you didn't get to be trade
No,
number
the first
1.
message I got
No.
was Zoo, and then
You're trade number 1.
all right, yeah, we do. This is the only thing we have left on the docket besides superlatives, and we do need to wrap up soon. So hopefully Cordy joins us during the talk of the all girls trade, but I am going to toss it to the ladies to talk about the all girls trade right now.
Yes, so the all-girls trade started, Adi, how many years ago did it start that we started actually doing an all-girls trade?
I mean, my first time was 2 years ago, which was the last baseball game. So I don't know if one happened before that, though.
It did, because I was one of the
Yeah.
girls traded in it. I was one of the girls traded in it 3 years ago. And then I organized the all-girls trade 2 years ago. Yeah, but it's been something that I've been really proud of and excited about every single year. Because there isn't a ton of representation of females in the
Honestly,
baseball.
just all of
You don't say.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm honestly a little surprised that we have so many female GMs. We have 5 of the 30 GMs this year are female
Yeah.
GMs, which is great. I'm happy to see it, but like as you said, it's usually very low representation in the community. So it's cool that that we managed to get so many this year.
It's something that I am really excited about, that we can, all of us female GMs can get together and like we can get, each one of us can get a female user and be like, hey, we're doing this and we're recognizing that there are women here
Yeah.
in this space.
And just to like shout this out a little further, 2 years ago when we did this, I think it was just me, Khaleesi, and Akio. I forget if there was
I
a
think
fourth.
Yeah, because I know
You
Cordy Babe
was.
wasn't there, and I know Killer Queen wasn't there that
she
year.
sort of-
No, Killer Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
I
it-
think it might have just
So-
been 3 of us.
Yeah, but like we created a group chat, and anytime something would come up that was like, I just need to talk to another girl about this, we would use that group chat. And
Yes. So there have been
eventually, I eventually got to know Queenie as well through the game that year, and we became like fantastic friends, and I love her so much. And that kind of inspired me and Queenie to come together, and like we became really good friends. And I'm like, I like Khaleesi, I want to get to know her more. So we made a Discord server that's just girls who like baseball. That's since expanded to like girls who like sports. And it's grown so much, and it's such a fantastic space.
It is
like
a
40s.
wonderful space and one of my favorite spaces on the internet
Yeah.
that I have ever been a part of, and it is so
It's-
special. And I know a lot of them are watching tonight because
Yeah.
I sent the
And
video
like
to them.
everywhere.
So, shout out, love you girls.
But just like, this game kind of brought us all together and inspired us to start that as well. So like this game goes beyond just trading people on Reddit for sure. Even beyond just like the donations to homeless shelters, and just, I've made so many friends through this. So
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was something very special, and we got it done. And I was hoping Cordy would be able to join us, but
Yeah, unfortunately,
Yeah,
just
definitely.
timing I guess didn't work out.
yeah, I know she's got some stuff going on with family right now.
yeah. So I am super excited that we were able to get this done today.
Yeah, I'm really glad that it got done too. I am excited that you guys met each other, because like there is, I know that I've made friends through it. Like Jimmy was saying earlier, we have hung out outside of baseball. And we even have Jack in the group, and then also you and Jack, Khaleesi, have met in person a couple weeks ago.
And Jack's met my parents.
Yeah. Who are awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
So it's really
No,
cool
I
that we
still
get to
have
sort of
no
like build
friends
these
Still don't
communities.
understand how,
Yeah.
like, they still don't get that, like, how Jack and I became such close friends. But it was funny.
So let's so I really appreciate that. Again, like not just the positive change that we can put on strangers' lives with the donations that we have started to do this year, but over the past 6 years, just like I know a lot of us have made so many friends through the sim. So I love that. It's great. All right, we're gonna move on to superlatives now before we wrap up the show. We did have looks like one, two, three, four, five votes for the RBBWAA ballot tonight. For AL and NL player of the day, both is the Homeless Guy 11, unsurprisingly.
Oh, right.
Moving in all the trades and making it to, like we said, 17, 18 teams so far, and all that money that's been donated. We already have gone through all that, so I don't think there's a whole lot more to say about it. But he's also been really, really cool about it and has been posting a lot about it. Like I'm pumped that he's pumped about it too. So.
Also, I want to shout out Electric as an amazing player. She was traded in the girls' trade and immediately came into the Cleveland Discord and was like, "Hey, I'm here and I'm gonna have fun," even though she is from a rival division team.
I thought you were going to shout out Electric, like electricity in general, which has helped us. Definitely.
GM of the day, we have individual votes for each person donated voted for a different person. So I am going to break the tie and give it to the Rockies GM, Lores LOL, for donating that $150 in that trade. They're obviously, and Otter did vote for everyone who donated, so that counts as well, sort of as part of that.
Yeah.
And then the other individual votes were for 3 of the lady GMs, Killer Queen, Khaleesi, and Otter. So you all got votes as well.
I think just lady GMs in general.
Yeah, so that is
deserve a
the
shout-out.
trade of the day is the all girls trade. So we also did talk about that. But yeah, 3 votes for the all girls trade. And then
I made the Mr. Rogers trade on the wrong day.
There are 2 votes for Homeless Guy trades. I'm not sure. One is Homeless Guy Cincinnati. The other one was Homeless Guy for Russia 01. I'm not sure whether Russia 01 is in Cincinnati or not, but the all ladies trade did get 3 of the 5 votes. And again, we have already spoken about that a lot. It's great. It's returning. Yeah. So, and then Yes.
Can I give a shout out also to today's Psionics Adam trade? Since he donated another $100.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Again, everyone who donated, we really, really appreciate all those donations that are going out. It's awesome. It's awesome to see. I'm really pumped about it. Like I said, we never planned it. It's the same thing with Speakeasy Pub Quiz, which I know Khaleesi and Otter both participated in almost every single week. And that's another thing that like Joe and I never intended that. Jack, you also participated sometimes. But Joe and I never really anticipated people deciding they were just going to donate all their money. You guys all started doing it. And so it's really cool that some silly thing that we decided to do one day has led to positive change in the outside actual world. And that's cool.
You sound like a telephone host. We think
and just one small donation can make a big difference in the lives. OldLineWoodwork.com. Anyway, finally.
Oh, also.
Go ahead.
One more thing that I had forgotten to mention about the zoo. Sorry to going back to that, but the Cincinnati Stashes have got us.
That is true. Yes, it is the Mega Zoo sponsored by the Cincinnati Stashes.
And in one of my trades, the Cincinnati Redlegs no longer has a handlebar mustache, but they have a mustache in the fashion of Ted Lasso.
Oh, you did actually trade for that?
Amazing.
It's the best. I love it. Finally, Commissioner of the Day. 1 vote for Deadline Commish, but otherwise it is a 2-2 tie, which I will not break, between me and Jack. So, let's high five, Jack.
You 2 are both awesome.
Always
other way.
surprised by who gets votes for Commissioner of the Week.
Yeah, right. It feels like it's being voted at random, but
it really does.
I mean, yesterday
I don't
tried
feel
to
like
vote
I
for
did a
none
ton
of you,
today.
since you approved a
Who
bunch
were
of
the
trades
options?
for things that people didn't have ownership for.
Because we can't see who approves the trades, so
No,
we just
you
have
can't-
to pick it at random.
Commissioners, we get a DM, or not a DM, but we get a message. In
Yeah, we get a
Discord
message in
at the
Discord
top, but-
specifically because Jeremy and I kept approving trades at the same time as each other, and he just wanted to know who kept approving the trades in front of him.
Yeah. It now will say in front of us.
Yeah, it'll say pending trade needs to be confirmed, and then once you
trade that already exists, it will now say
trade 360.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, it'll
slow.
say too
You
slow.
should try and be faster than with the
Yeah.
trail or than Duhan.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Can speaking of trade confirmations, can you confirm one that just
Nope.
went through?
Office commissioner's closed. Look,
Jimmy and
we
I
will
just
confirm
worked
it
out a
first
trade
thing in the
while we were
morning.
both on stream.
They are
No,
closed.
it needs
I
to
will
go
have a
through
look.
tonight.
all right.
I
It
will
needs to
have
go
a
through
look.
tonight.
Hold on. My
Jimmy and I just worked out a trade for our respective gifts while we were on stream.
We're sorry, but something went wrong. The office of the commissioner is closed.
did he really do that?
I don't know, but that's what I just got.
That's great. Thank you, Jimmy. Not Jimmy, Jeremy.
I honestly don't have a clue if that's something he did on purpose, but that's the error I just got.
All right. Well,
We're sorry something went wrong.
like I said, we'll approve it first thing in the morning. It'll be the first trade of the day. So.
Okay, well, we'll go ahead and let them know what to look for. Otter and I traded our respective famous viral gifts.
I love it.
Now,
That's
Jimmy,
fantastic.
is yours
No, you need to get hacked.
is
in
yours
that.
Adam
You need
Scott
to
or is
send
it
hack
just
in
you?
that.
What?
Say again.
There is some bad feedback. I don't know if
I think it's Otter.
I don't know if Jimmy's famous GIF is the GIF of him. Is that what you're saying? Cool.
Yeah.
Don, I'll put it this way: it's the one that Katie corrected.
It's the best. You actually, I do agree. I don't remember who said it a minute ago, but you should cancel this trade and add the Cardinals in because of the sad hack GIF.
Yes, that was
Khaleesi,
me.
thank you. Yes.
You should.
I mean, I'm okay with that, Jimmy, if you are. You can correct.
Well, I'll pray about it this evening.
message me tonight, and I can commish kill it so you can run that trade if you want to. If you don't want to, I totally understand. That's fine too.
Yeah, I was gonna say we both confirmed it already, so we need divine intervention.
Well, I can be divine intervention and commish kill it right now.
There's some really bad
Well, we're wrapping up anyway, so
I'm afraid.
yeah, it's fine. Let's wrap up now. Thank you once again for joining us. Thank you, Jack, for coming back. Thank you, Jimmy, for coming back. Thank you, Slightly Awkward, and Khaleesi for joining, and Otter for joining without camera, on phone. Totally fine. I appreciate everybody being here. And we will be back tomorrow with more trades and the end of the game, the last
Last day.
sorry.
Last day.
Yeah, the feedback got real loud on me. The last day of trading
Thank
will
God.
be tomorrow, so we will see you for all of that tomorrow at 6 o'clock Mountain Time is when trading closes, and we will do the stream shortly after that, just as we always have for our final day stream. So thank you once again, and we'll see you tomorrow.